Welcome back to Veterans Did You Know? I'm sitting here, you can see a third person has joined us now. This is the Huey. We've been talking about why he hasn't been in the room, but we thought it only fair to bring him back because I said Huey's retired Air Force like myself. He spent the 24 years in the military, correct?
24.
24 years in the military. And I wanted Nancy and Huey to talk together because it was unusual to find a couple that would meet in the military, get married, stay in, one go the whole career, and the other would follow all the way along. And then since they've been retired from the military, he started another career in the police department, the sheriff's department. And then Nancy decides to go into the veteran service organizations and still represent veterans and work her way up at the state level now. And now Huey's the one who's following her, if you will, and supporting her while she's doing her career as she did for him when he was doing his career. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, I want the two of them to kind of talk a little bit about what got you into the Air Force and what you think about your career and about the benefits you get right now, because you are a prime example of somebody who has utilized his benefits, who got service-connected disabilities.
Yes.
Hearing loss, that's right. And although Nancy thinks it's still selective sometimes, but we got the hearing aids, so we know that it's not.
It's a husband thing.
Yeah, that's right. And your experience with the two of you guys in the military. So how did you get in the military, and why did you go in?
Well, actually, I went in accidentally. A friend of mine asked me if he wanted to go in the Air Force, and so I said, well, yeah, I guess so. My brother was Navy, my other brother was Army. So we jumped on the bus and went to Indianapolis, Indiana to take the physical. And we were going through the line and drew the blood. He passed out, I passed, and at midnight I was in San Antonio in the Air Force, all alone. But over the time I got and found out that I really, really liked the Air Force, and I went in to be a draftsman, but I didn't become a draftsman, I became a security policeman. And I found out that I really liked police work. And I was stationed in Hamilton Air Force Base, went to Japan and then to Hamilton Air Force Base, and working the main gate, and a lot of the girls came through and pretty uniform and nice clean boots and everything, and met a lot of nice people. Well, one day Nancy came through, and she liked the military uniform and the clean cut look, and she always wanted to marry a military man. So slowly but surely...
He didn't know that then.
No, slowly but surely we started going together, and then I got out, went home to Indiana, and found out that factories were not for me, and I went back and we got married in June of 50 years ago, June the 4th, 1960. And I spent our first daughter kicked the typewriter while she was in uniform. And she called me up and said, guess what? And in those days, you couldn't stay in the Air Force, as she had to get out. But decided we wanted to stay. And we did for 23 years, and she's been a good wife. She was in the Protestant Wives in the military. She was the president of the NCO Wives Club, just family services, all kinds of involvement in the military. She always has been, and still is.
So I put 3 years in the service, and then I went ahead and put in for another year. And during that other year, surprise, surprise, is when I became pregnant. I was in 2 years as a single person and 2 years as a married person. So it was good. It was good. And he's right. I had made a decision that either I would stay in the service or I would marry a military man who wanted to stay in the service, because military life was the life that I had chosen and I wanted for myself. And he was the right person, definitely the right person at the right time. So we were married on Hamilton Air Force Base in California. We were there for 5 years, and that's where we had our first child. And from there we went to Turkey.
Pentagon.
Oh, Pentagon. My husband went to the Pentagon. And from 4 years in Washington, D.C., we went to Turkey for 2 years. And from Turkey, we went to Colorado Springs to the Air Force Academy for 4 years. And from the academy, we went to the Netherlands for 4 years. It was a great military career. We never tried to get to a particular base. It just came our way, and each time we celebrated a new opportunity. And our children learned so much. They learned languages. They learned about different cultures. They learned about people around the world. And to this day, I think it has helped them in
Wonderful
their
school
respect.
system.
Yep, very good school system for military children. So our military life was exceptional, wasn't it, Huey? And
Couldn't think of
then,
anything else better.
no, we came back. He came back. He was from Indiana, but he came back to Muskegon with me, and he liked this area in Michigan, and we've been here ever since. And he became a deputy sheriff, and I got involved in politics. So it was good. It was good all the way around.
And then after politics came the American Legion.
Yes, yes.
And you tell her how you went to the parade.
I told that part.
You told the parade story.
Yes.
Well, she started to go up the ladders as the American Legion. She's the talker and the meeting person, and I'm kind of the support guy, the driver, the carry stuff. And that's the thing I like to do. And the two of them just kind of matches up together. She likes to be an office holder, and I like to make sure she gets there on time. So it kind of works out good. And I'm proud of her. So we both get benefits from it. She gets the pride of serving, and I get the pride of assisting and helping her serve. And we both really like the veterans organizations. I'm disabled vet. I'm a Air Force Sergeants Association. And VFW, American Legion. We support them all, and they do really, really good work for the veterans.
And honey, how about what's happened with you with the VA and your hearing loss?
Oh, yeah, VA is wonderful. I hear so many bad things about the VA, and I've been going Ann Arbor, Battle Creek, Grand Rapids, here, everywhere, and wonderful people, wonderful service, and especially the audiology people in the Grand Rapids, just fantastic, fantastic.
And they've kept you up to date on the equipment that
like
you...
now, I'm going on the 7th of February to pick up a new set of hearing aids, and they're wonderful. They
And-
really treat you great.
So it's been good.
Well, I really wanted you to meet these two because they're in their own, both of them are legends in their community for the different careers that they held and the positions that they have. Both of them are activists. Huey's does many things with the Red Cross. He goes on disasters and helps set stuff up and transport people. And the two of them are involved in something every place, making a difference. They're always making a difference. And it's because I think the military way is, you get involved. You just get involved. And you do it because that's what you're supposed to do. And our hope is that the younger people will step forward because we're losing about 1,800 vets a day, every single day. And these are the old standard vanguard that have fallen along the wayside. And we need the younger vets to step up in the ranks and fill those holes, because if we don't, then our voice gets softer. We don't have the clout. We don't have the push. We can't stand up for the fellow vets that are coming behind us. So it's your responsibility, if you're a veteran, is to come to the plate. And this is the rest of your job, is to join the veterans organization, get involved, and make a difference, because you're doing it for yourself, the guys that are ahead of you, and the ones that are coming behind you. And if we don't do that, then boy, what a terrible loss that would be. But these two represent everything that's good about the military and being a veteran and service to the community. And I just wanted to have you meet both of them. And it's been an honor to know you both and work with you all the time, and to have you here on the show today. So.
Thank you, David.
One thing I would like to say about the American Legion, the VFW, as a veteran, you can go into a local bar downtown, you go here and there, and they don't really understand where you came from. But you can go into an American Legion bar or a VFW bar and just sit around the corner and not say anything to anybody or talk, whichever you feel.
Or drink.
Or drink.
Yeah.
But the guy over there understands where you came from and where you've been, and he's probably went through the same thing. You don't have to say anything. You're home.
Yeah.
You're home.
You always feel home there. Yeah.
You're home.
There's that brotherhood, sisterhood, if you will. You belong to something that only 12% of the population ever did. So
Nope.
that's very important to us. And I think you can all see we're all pretty proud of our military service. So, yeah, thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you got any questions, you can call them in, and we'll see you next time around. Thanks again. Bye.